What is up, y'all? We just beat the Magic in a very, very close game. Something that should have not happened to a team that's 1-4. And, it happens. The most important thing was that we got the win. That's the most important game. And goddamn, that was a game. I was sweating buckets at during the fourth quarter. Both in a good way and a bad way. Good way because we were kind of playing clutch, but we were also not playing clutch. And the Magic were shooting very well tonight. We could have easily lost that game. We could have lost that game. And if tonight's game doesn't show you Gary Trent's Jr., his defense, then I don't know what will. Like that play at the end where he basically, like Cole Anthony could have drained that shot because he has that ability. I still remember that shot. I forgot who it was, but that he was like flying in the air and he shot it and it was a buzzer beater. That was a dirty shot. And I don't really like Cole Anthony. I don't like his personality. Well, I don't even know him, but you know what I mean. But I just don't like his. I feel like he's cocky, but anyway, he's pretty good. I mean, he takes a lot. He's a high volume shooter, so that's the thing. But anyway, this is not about Cole Anthony. This is about the Raptors, and this was about Scottie Barnes versus Jalen Suggs. No matter whether you like it or not, the media was always gonna hone in onto this rivalry. Even though they're like brothers, basically. And that's what the media does. They have to write clickbait, basically. And what better clickbait than Jalen Suggs, the guy who got snubbed by the Raptors, and he had a decent game. He played his ass off. Scottie Barnes, they both ended up with 21 points. Suggs and Scottie both got 21 points, but they both had a very different type of game. Scottie Barnes, all of his points were, well, not all, but like most of his points were in the paint, and Suggs also got some points in the paint, but like 4 shots of his were 3-pointers, and Scottie only had like one of 2, I believe. And Suggs had 5 fouls, Scottie only had 1. Scottie had 9 boards, and it was just very different on how they played, and it was very interesting to see. But it was great to see both of them play. The guy who was supposed to be and the guy who is. It was really entertaining to watch. And then like that fourth quarter when Suggs sank that 3 when it was an and 1 on OG. I was like, God damn, oh no. Is this where the storyline like flips on us and they get like it goes to like 110, and then Suggs drains a 3 and he wins it? Oh god, that I don't want to live in that timeline for that universe. Get me out of that multiverse. But it was not meant to be. It was our night, and it was our night. Now, we didn't have the best start, I guess, for our starters. Like Fred had a pretty poor first half, and by poor I mean like pretty bad. It was pretty bad. He only came alive in like the fourth quarter, honestly, which was crucial. We needed him, and he started to play like Fred VanVleet, hitting those mid-range, draining some pivotal 3-pointers. OG also the same thing, pretty terrible first half. Then he started to get going on the third quarter, and that's good to see. Any other player, you could see them faltering in the first half, and then they try to pick it up third, they try to pick it up fourth, but they never do. They make a bucket or 2, but they don't contribute as much. OG and Fred, they did the opposite. They continued to grind it out, and it worked. And Gary Trent Jr., I don't know how much more I can praise this guy. Like this guy, in the beginning when people were saying that this guy's only going to be here because like not for a long time. We'll have him a couple of years, but in a couple of years we won't be able to pay him. I think we need to pay him if he's gonna be like this for the rest of of the season and then continuously and get better. I don't care who, just pay that man. Pay him. Give him the bag, you know? Like if he's gonna play like that, like that last possession, Jesus. If no one knew about his defense, just watch that clip. There you go. He literally won the game for us from defense. What more do you want, you know? Anyway, let's get to the takeaways. Now, the first thing is importance of Scottie Barnes. God damn, he got those first 7 points for us. I was like, wow, this guy cannot miss. Like, he got that three. That three was impressive. I mean, that was his first and last three. But the momentum he got from that was great to see. Like, his first two mid-range, oh, man. Like, his mid-range is very underrated. Like, now I don't want to do comparisons, but I'm going to do a comparison. It's like Kawhi, you know. Of course, it's nothing like Kawhi level, but I can definitely see, you know, the mid-range progressing. Now, you can't really compare it to like Giannis, let's say, because Giannis is still working on something like that, you know. He's more of a post-up kind of guy, and Scottie has that already. So a lot of people compare him to Giannis, and there's always comparisons, you know, to Giannis and blah, blah, blah. OG even, he's like the second coming of OG. But he's more lethal like Kawhi, because Kawhi is efficient, and Scottie Barnes is efficient. Now, if he can knock down those threes consistently and with more volume, that's the key thing, with more volume, then we can really get into the comparison of Kawhi Leonard. But I mean, that's very far in the future. I mean, this is his first year, like 6 games in. Come on, like, you know what I mean, right? But the importance of Scottie Barnes is that the past games this season, he's been pivotal. Like, without him, we would have no wins, honestly. Like, forget we don't have Pascal. If we didn't have Scottie, I don't know where we would be. Like, seriously, he's doing a lot of work. Not just, surprisingly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but surprisingly, not just offensively, but defensively, right? If he's not getting points, if he's not playing defensively, getting those steals, those blocks, those assists even, I don't know if we would be winning these games. I really don't think we would be winning these games. I don't think we would be, 0 wins. I think we would have at least 1 win. But honestly, he's contributing a lot. Okay, and you shouldn't just look at, he's important. Okay, like he's important. That's all I gotta say. Now the second thing is Precious a certainty as a starter? Sorry, I'm not sure, because I'm not sure if he played 21 minutes. Nurse had him for 21 minutes, and he's a starter. Now Banton and Kem Birch both had 23 minutes. Now Banton, I understand, because Banton he's playing his ass off right now. He deserves those minutes. Now Kem Birch, you could toss it up. We're giving him reps to play that role he's trying to fit in, to fill. But 23 minutes over Precious. Now Precious did not have a good game. That's why later on I'll talk about how he's the worst performance of tonight. Now, by all accounts, I mean, it's just one game, right? I've been praising him the past games. He's been getting doubles, 50% of the games we've had, of course, not many games, but 50% doubles, right? He's getting boards, and even tonight, he had some boards, but he was just not effective. That's the issue. He's not a strong finisher. I don't know how else to say it. He has the physicality to finish it, but he doesn't have the finesse. Yes, he doesn't have the touch to finish it, which is a bit frustrating because I can see him going strongly at it, but just does not finish it, which is sad. But it is what it is. And if the bench guys are getting more minutes and playing better than him, and they did play better than him, I don't know what to say, right? Is Precious just going to be a starter who lets the bench play better than him? I don't know. But it's just one game. It could have been just his off night. And I'm sure it is his off night. But, and he is still growing because it is his, he's a very young guy. And it's very early on in his career. And I'm sure he has room to grow. And it is, his first season with us. So he's still getting used to the development and how we play and the defensive schemes. But it is a bit of a worry that he doesn't finish that well. His physicality is great, but sometimes it's not just about getting physical, right? The refs are getting a bit more lenient on physicality this season, but if you can't finish it, what's the point, right? Now the third one, we play better without Dragic. Again, with my hate on Dragic, I guess. I don't hate him, by the way. I just think we play much better without him. We're more of a cohesive unit. I think we have a better team chemistry when we are not playing with Dragic. And I mean, we just won both games, and guess what? Dragic didn't play. Maybe I'm just hating, but I think not playing with Dragic is a good thing. That's it. I really think so. I think the other guys getting minutes is better. Banton getting more minutes because Dragic isn't playing. And look at him. He's going crazy. He's popping off defensively and offensively. It's great. Now, Banton is deserving of the most minutes on the bench. It's not even a question. Who else is close to him? Boucher isn't. Even though I love Boucher, I got his goddamn jersey. Like, look, I have his jersey. And I think that, Boucher, he had a decent game today. He had a good game compared to his other games this season. But Delano, D-Rex, goddamn, he deserves the most minutes from our bench. Now, with Utah coming in, we'll have to see. I'm sure he won't get as many minutes. Utah, I'm talking about. He won't get as many minutes immediately after his return because he'll have to get back to his fitness after his injury, right? But it'll be interesting to see Utah and Delano. I think that'll be an exciting second unit. Like, imagine Delano, Utah, Svi, Kem Birch. Like, I really think they can feed off of each other. I can see Delano like rushing it down the court, passing it to Utah in the corner, and Utah just draining that corner three. It could happen, and it's exciting. So, Delano deserves those minutes on the bench, like the most minutes. Even Kem Birch, Kem Birch can have like 3 or 4 minutes less than Delano. But I mean, they're different positions, but positionless basketball, right? But Delano definitely deserves more minutes, and I think people just forgot about Malachi, because if Delano is playing like this, I mean, people are going to forget Malachi. And I saw a clip during halftime or something, and Malachi was talking into the ear of Scottie Barnes, and like I was like imagining Fred VanVleet doing that. I was like, wow, Red VanVleet is talking to Scottie. Is this the future? But you never know. But Malachi's a different story. Now, the three usuals: best performance, Scottie Barnes. Now, our veterans came alive in the second half, but the first half, Scottie really pulled us, with Gary Trent. I could definitely say Gary Trent was also the best performance, but Scottie, because Gary Trent had a bit less minutes. But Scottie, he just did everything offensively, defensively. Gary played great offensively as well, but Scottie just played out of his mind. He was clutch. But honestly, I wouldn't be mad to give Gary Trent Jr. the best performance because he deserves it. Both of those guys played their ass off. Hats off to Gary. He needs to get paid. That's all. Worst performance, as I said, Precious. He had 21 minutes. His field goal percentage, he didn't even shoot that much. He just didn't look like the guy we were seeing getting double doubles. You know what I mean? Like he went invisible tonight. I feel like I didn't really watch him play. Now, is that for better or for worse? Is it just a one night thing? We'll have to see. I really think he can definitely improve next game. Tomorrow we'll see. He'll be a bit more fresh compared to the other guys because he only played 21 minutes. So I'm expecting him to play a bit more longer, and I think he'll have a bit more of a drive to play better. And I think Nurse knows that, so he'll have a bit more minutes. He'll play harder, I believe. Will that equal more fouls? I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But I'm expecting him to rebound. Get back to a better game tomorrow against the Pacers. But we'll have to see. Now, the six-man performance. Delano Banton, D-Rex. 10 points. You can say, it's just 10 points. But, again, spark plug. He is, when things are going sluggish, you just throw that guy on, boom, that's like 4 points right there just from him like driving in, just tossing it up. Similar to Scottie, he just drives right in, and that like the assist, man, like he drives it down and then tosses it right to the corner, and the guy's right there in the corner and just knocks it down. And what more do you want, right? Like a guy who can see everything, a guy who can drive in and get points. He's not really a 3-point threat yet, hopefully, but guys aren't getting off of him because they know if you do, he'll have room to just drive it in and to dish it out or just to lay it in because he is efficient in driving it in, and he will get those calls. And Delano, I don't know, like what he was 40. Come on, like I just keep thinking how Masai did it again. Like he did it again. We got some gem from like nowhere. Like look at Delano and look at David Johnson. Like Delano's killing it. David Johnson isn't even playing. He's probably gonna go into the G League. You know what I mean? So Masai did it again, and we won tonight's game. Way too close for comfort, but the W's a W. You know what I mean? W's a W.